There's nothing worse than training for a long period of time, and as you get closer to your big event, you find yourself not feeling well. Maybe you're running a fever, maybe you just, unfortunately, you've got some discoloration that's coming out of your sinuses. What can you do to alleviate both the symptoms and kill this virus as quickly as possible? First and foremost, you have to starve the virus. You have to recognize that the virus feeds off of simple sugars. So if you go back to Biology 101, you take a sugar water in a dropper, drop that into a petri dish, expose it to a little bit of heat, and next thing you know, in 24 hours, you'll have mold. What you have to recognize is when you eat simple sugars, anything that's white raw sugar, anything that's white in color, like a white potato, French fries, chips, anything that's white in color, those are simple sugars that will only make the virus get stronger. So what you want to do is make sure that you cut out all of those. You probably, if you're watching this video, it probably isn't a mainstay in your diet, but unfortunately, once you get under the influence of a virus, you have to be even more diligent to make sure that you keep those simple sugars out. I do want to clarify, you definitely want to continue to eat your fruits and vegetables. Some people confuse the fact that those items may have a little bit of natural sugar in them. You have to recognize fruits and vegetables are extremely high in vitamins and minerals, which will help kill the virus, and it will also help provide you energy. Your poor body's only got one tank of energy and is trying to kill this virus. You need to make sure that you continue to feed it high quality fruits and vegetables. Unfortunately, when you get sick, a lot of times our appetite is suppressed, but you've got to keep those nutrients flowing in to give your body the energy it needs. Remember, vitamins and minerals are catalysts for energy. The second thing that you need to focus on is, and it's not very enjoyable, and I recommend that you do it in the shower, is get a Nettie Pot. A Nettie Pot is something that you'll put some warm water. When you buy a Nettie Pot, it comes with little saline packs. You take that salt, you put it in there, you use warm, not scalding hot, warm water, stir it up, and the salt water is going to be abrasive. And what you do is you literally put the little Nettie Pot against one nostril, tilt your head, let gravity pull that up into your sinus cavity, and then out the other. Now I'm going to forewarn you, it can be very sloppy and nasty. Let's just say for illustration purposes, your left sinus cavity is impacted. But when you put that water up against your right nostril and it runs into that mucus in the left sinus cavity, it's going to come out your mouth. So all joking aside, you want to just continue to do it, because what you're doing is the velocity of the water and the coarseness of the salt is going to flush that mucus out of your sinus cavity. That's why I recommend you do it in the shower. Now, with this being said, again, please pardon the disgust of the conversation here. You've got to remember, when the body produces mucus, it's trying to capture the microbe and it's trying to get it out of your system. That's why I want to make sure that you blow your nose, don't accidentally swallow, because then what happens is those microbes, they end up down in your digestive tract, and this is what gives you loose bowel syndrome. Once you get loose bowel syndrome, now we complicate the issue with dehydration. Dehydration means you lose electrolytes. That means your muscles won't contract as strongly. It's a double-edged sword. So when we come back to number one, starve the virus. Number two, use the Nettie Pot. That's going to flush any of these microbes out of your sinuses. The third thing that I want you to try to do, please do it, is go down to your grocery store. For those of you that are in Europe, you guys refer to them as the chemist. Go and get Echinacea and golden seal. Echinacea is a natural herb. There's no toxicity levels. If you're a pro, you won't flag anything that's illegal. It's a natural herb. The reason why I emphasize the word herb is once your body gets to a saturation point, it literally will just purge what it doesn't need anymore. For illustration purposes, I always like you to visualize Pac-Man. For those of you a little bit older like me, you remember the arcade game Pac-Man. Echinacea and golden seal will literally go through and gobble up and kill anything that you may have ingested. Now, let's back the train up just for a brief moment. You've been training for a long period of time, maybe 6, 8, maybe even 12 months, depending on the magnitude of your event. There's always that fine line we say in the physiology world between being very, very fit and being very frustrated, because we want to make sure that we're getting the most out of your body through performance. It's the struggle of balancing stress, not only from the training, but getting enough food, sleep, and water in on a daily basis. When you're not able to do that, you weaken the immune system, and now you're driving to your destination of your race. Go to a gas station, go into a restaurant, use a public restroom, you accidentally touch your face, there you've got the microbe. So it's not that you've done anything wrong. I get this question quite often. It wasn't that you overtrained. It's just every day you're on a finite line. One of the things you have to keep in mind is your body's immune system is so strong, you have no idea how many viruses it's captured, killed, and eliminated in, say, the last year. Unfortunately, this one just got a hold of you. It's not the end of the world. Just know what to do with it. You want to make sure that you kill it with the Echinacea and golden seal. It gobbles it up. You want to flush out your sinuses so you don't accidentally digest the microbe. And you want to make sure that you're not feeding that virus with more simple sugars. Now, if we zoom out to yet another level, I want you to remember, as I said earlier, you've only got one gas tank of energy. You've done your training. You're not going to forget how to do your sport-specific activities. Let your body rest. This one you've got to lean in. I say every time you work out, you're making a small deposit. Now you're just taking a withdrawal. Trust your fitness, trust your consistency. What you don't want to do is not make the body weaker, which gives the virus a chance to get stronger. Remember, you've got a short period of time. Do everything you can to kill the virus, not weaken the body and let the virus get stronger. I know that sounds a little elementary while you're sitting here watching this on YouTube. It's a different story when you've got the quote-unquote pressure of like, Rob, you don't understand. I've got a race next Saturday. I get it. Why would you, and I'm saying this as a statement and a question at the same time, politely, if you recognize that you're in really good shape, you're not going to gain any more fitness in the next 7 days, but you can certainly lose all the fitness that you have gained if you go into panic mode. Oh, I still have to train. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Your body is sick. Why would you train and expect your body to be able to kill the virus? Give the body all the energy it needs to kill the virus. You're in great shape. Lean in on it. I hope this video has answered any question that you may have about how to kill a virus in a short period of time. This video is a byproduct of emails that you guys send in with questions. So I want to encourage you, if you have a question, you have a frustration or something you want me to help answer, please do me a favor and send it in to me and my team. contact@coachrob.com, because every day we answer one of your questions here on YouTube. And I say this as humbly as I can. The number of emails that have flowed in over the last 3 months has just blown my mind. I can't thank you guys enough. What I want you to know is I'm going to continue to put these videos out every day. So I want to encourage you to please turn on the notification if you're subscribed. If you haven't, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. And please do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm more than you realize. Please share this with your friends and family. Hopefully it'll help alleviate their frustrations. Best of luck with your training, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.